Hello everybody, welcome back, Rosgrease Gaming, and today we're back at the Premium Spotlight. I know it's been a long time since we've done a video.
Why did you leave me?
Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time since we've done a video, and I hate leaving you guys with just like a dry run, but you know, I can only get these videos as quick as I can with all the information, get so much details and all the new stuff with the new way we've been doing it, and doing so adds a lot of more detail. So let's get right into it. Viribus Unitis, this is the Tier 5 Austro-Hungarian battleship. It is in the World Tech Tree, and it cost about, what was it? I think it's one of the most, well, depressing battleships, and let's go over all that stuff with the armor, firepower, the whole 9 yards. So let's get into it, folks. Okay guys, so the Viribus Unitis, as you can see, it looked like very much like a pocket battleship, and it kind of feels like that this way in this ship. You have 4 triple gun 305mm guns, which is surprisingly small compared to most battleships at its tier respectively. Like Iron Duke has bigger guns, USS Texas and New York class, which is the same class, has bigger guns. Congo has bigger guns, and all these ships respectively. But I think what the kicker with this thing is the actual firepower these things have. They are 30-second reload. The guns do take a bit to rotate. With expert marksman, it gets at 38.3 seconds. Maximum shell dispersion is 207 meters. With the HE damage of 4,200 with a 23% chance of fire. The shell penetration of these shells is actually 50mm, so you can basically set anything on fire or penetrate with the high explosive onto most structures on these ships. The AP is 8,500, which, yes, that's a little meatier, and they both have the same muzzle velocity of 800 meters a second. But the problem with this ship is, and we'll get into it right now, is the range and the sigma, I think. And it's because of this vertical and horizontal dispersion. Now, I know you guys have seen me nuke cruisers and doing some serious damage with battleships, but when you guys see gameplay with this thing, you'll see that it's completely different in that aspect. It has, the guns feel too floaty, and they also feel too non-accurate. They rickroll you way too much, and you have that chances of just not hitting or not getting enough penetration. It goes through overpinning the structure more than citadeling the structure. And unless you get a really accurate shot, which sometimes these guns don't give you that, you just don't get it, and you're just getting nothing but pens, no citadels, or you're getting over-penetrations into superstructures or torpedo protection hits. So you're not even getting a serious hit, and that's what's causing this ship to have its negative effects. So let's get into now the armor, which is another aspect we're going to have to grumble about. Here we go. Okay, so guys, let's talk about the armor now with this ship. And this one's going to be a doozy, so let's go over that. So for the survivability with this ship, it's got 18% chance of 18% damage reduction by torpedoes. It has a health pool of 35,700. So kids, how does that sound for a BB? Yeah, exactly. It is complete garbage. It is one of the lowest of some of these ships in the game. Iron Duke, Petroviginki, Texas, New York. Most tier 5 battleships in this game, if not all of them, have better health pools than this battleship. Even Julius Caesar has way more health, and even better torpedo protection. That's insanely terrible. And on top of that, yes, the good thing is that it's got frontal plating on the nose at 110 millimeters. Its side plating is up to 280. But the problem is you also have a armor thickness on the nose and rear of 19 on certain spots, and on top of that, your protection in the middle to any enemy planes is only 30, and then another additional 36 underneath where the citadel is. So there's only 66 millimeters of plating to defend you against one of those bombs coming in and doing massive damage into your citadel. Now, I know it's low tiers, so you might be dealing at tier 5, you might be dealing with tier 6 planes, and or only dealing with tier 4s. But the thing is, remember guys, at tier 4, you're not dealing with just one aircraft carrier. You might be dealing with 2, hell, even 3 aircraft carriers, the 3-on-3 match. And that's rare, but it is annoying. And once you get even worse for you kids, let's even add on top of that, that if you only give these guys a slight broadside, the armor is not going to protect you. Yes, you have a turtleback armor, and that's actually true, you do have it, but it's only 48 millimeters, and your side citadels are only 50. So you are basically a giant sponge. You just get destroyed. And I hate being that guy, but the only way this armor is effective is doing it like the Texas, where you're just moving your rudder as much as you can and trying to make it hit your thickest plates. That's the only way you're going to withstand a fights from. And kiting, a lot of the armor kiting if you can to avoid shots. So let's get into the full gameplay before we get into more details with that, shall we? About that. Okay guys, so let's go over the gameplay with this ship. So the first thing I wanted to show you guys was the full AA problem with this ship, and that's why when a lot of people did a review, they said hashtag CV food. And they're legitimately right, and this is what we were didn't get fully done with the stats with it, and wanted to point this out in the gameplay. The ship's anti-air is complete non-existent. It only has mid-range, which is at its sectors of the mid-range. It only is at 1.123 kilometer range. You can buff this, but it is to buff your AA in this ship is completely worthless. You might as well be just wishing for gold to come out of by squeezing a penny or something, wishing to find a magical lamp to buff that AA aspect. So you have 70mm 50 Stoka K10 AA guns, 4 singles. That's it. 4 70mm Stoka AA guns. That's all the defense use. So you get an AA rating of 8. If you guys are seeing, I'm shooting at them, Hessing priority target, and only getting 8 points of damage. You're lucky if you get at least maybe 300 points of AA damage in a game. So if there's CVs in a match, pray that they don't find you and know who you are. Because if they do, you're dead. So another thing with the ship is has actually another annoying problem is its maneuverability. 21.5 knots with a feed flag, turning circle of 530 meters with a rudder shift of 11.5, which the turning circle and rudder shift are not too bad, and that does actually compensate for its slow speed, but still, it's slow. Like, Bretagne has about the same speed, the Iron Duke has about the same speed, but you feel like you're struggling to keep up with the other battleships. And the problem with it is the mean battery guns. Those guns like Bretagne and Iron Duke like 16.8, or Bergene's like 18, and for example, Piotr Velinki, which is a tier 5 with 27.8 knot speed, has a range of 16, but you have this fast speed of 27.8 knots to actually compensate for that short range. This you don't. And on top of that, your concealment with this ship, and this, by the way, with a full concealment buff, is 10.9. So you only have a 6 kilometer like difference between your detectability and that. Your sure detection from when firing in the smoke is 9.5, and you're detected in the air at 6.1, which by that time, once AA, the guys know you don't have any AA. As they get closer, they know, oh, I can just go into this guy and just chew him for pieces, because once they first hit you, you're good as dead. They're going to just keep going at you again and again and again and again. However, I found the little secret code, and this is how this gameplay goes. With the other match you guys are going to see soon, is if you move the rudder a bit, and you're praying you get yourself into a lower tiered match. If you're tier 5 in a tier 4 lower match, you're golden. Sometimes, though, you're not going to be in that straw. You're going to be in a tier 6 match. And if you got a tier 6 carry in there, you might as well, again, kiss your butt goodbye, because there's no way you're going to defend yourself against that. And ships like Fuso and Mexico and all the other tier 6 BBs and cruisers, even cruisers at this time, are just going to pepper you so much because you're a lower health pool that they're just going to melt you away. So you really can't have a way of countering that. The only way you really can do this is you're going to have to pick your engagements. That's the only way you're going to actually succeed in handling this ship, winning fights. You got to be the one who dictates the fight. If you let them dictate the fight, you're just going to be overstimulated. You're going to have too many guns focused on you, and you're going to not have a way to pull back, because remember, you're a slow ship. So you're going to be going against possibly a cruiser keeping up with you, or a destroyer, and you don't have enough torpedo protection, or hell, even a carrier can be starting pinning you, and you're going to be just focused to shreds. Now, you could compensate for that heal of yours and get your superintendent to get up to 5 heals, but that doesn't mean anything if you're just getting focused to shreds. So the biggest tip with this ship is definitely you need to pick your engagements to actually make this ship succeed. So for a captain's build with this thing, it's definitely a legitimately standard captain's build. If you want, I would recommend priority target first, because you want to know how many ships are actually focusing you. That way, if you know you're actually getting too stimulated, pull back and get yourself into a new position. Expert marksman, because, well, you're going to need as much as that turning as your guns quicker. Superintendent, concealment expert. Fire prevention. And then I think the next major skills you might want to get yourself is possibly definitely adrenaline rush. And if this is because it is a European ship, and there's not a lot, you're probably going to see a lot of these types of ships, I would definitely say you would need to buff either your get yourself basics of survivability, or go for high alert. This will allow you the ability for you to reduce your damage controls as much as you can, so you can keep preparing those floods and fires as much as you're going to get, because trust me, this ship is going to be very spicy and get burnt and flooded very quickly. So, do I recommend this ship? Absolutely not. It is one of the worst BBs at tier 5 I've ever seen in the game. And I've seen a lot of nasty ships come in and out of this game. For a Battleship player, I feel very disappointed. When I first initially saw this ship, I was very, very giddy. I was looking forward to the spicy memes with these 305s. I thought they were going to be like a laser accurate type of gun where I can just point and click and snipe ships away, even if it was going to be a slow, cumbersome little tank running around. Boy, was I mistaken, and I'm very disappointed I was mistaken by this thing. So, hopefully we'll find another BB at the low tiers that we're actually going to enjoy, but this is definitely not one for you. However, if you want the challenge and you guys want something that's actually going to be a little different than some of the ships you actually have in your collection, feel free to pick one up. As always, if you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike it, you know what to do. Write in the comments down below what you think about the ship. And if you haven't, subscribe to my channel. There's plenty of other World of Warship premium spotlight videos to watch. As always, take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.